Hey everyone, it's Colin here. I'm with Nomadic Rigs and I'm actually in the 2018 Dodge Ram Cummins rig that they call Walter. And I have to say it's a very sweet rig. So I want to do a quick show you of what it's all about. In the interior, it's Dodge Ram 2018. Some really cool features are you can go through the computer. Oh, there we go. Just reset the average. I'm waiting to get an oil change. Nice interior. You've got Bluetooth. You've got, this is if you're towing, so that's a tow brake. You don't use that. You can switch to four-wheel drive high on the fly. Highly unlikely that you're going to use that. Tow haul, that gives you extra power. The air brake. That's if you're going down a long steep hill. If you put that on, that's the engine air brake. That will slow you down instead of you having to ride the brakes, which you don't really want to do. But I was trying to go through this whole shifty thing here to show you what's really cool about this vehicle. Okay, here we go. So we go to vehicle info, because all this used to be it all used to be manual. Like, you'd have to have these readouts. You'd have to install the gauges to get the readouts. But so I've got oil pressure here at 220 kilopascals. My oil temperature is 84 degrees Celsius, so whether it's hot or cold. My transmission fluid, you're on long trips and long hills going up, you're gonna want to keep an eye on your transmission temperature, make sure it doesn't overheat. So you've got that there. Right now it's right in the middle, 57 degrees. I just drove 20 minutes, so it should be warm. Your coolant level. So this truck actually currently right now has a sensor that's off in the coolant tank. So it tells you need coolant, but when you physically check, it doesn't. And so there's just a sensor that actually needs to go in. It says it's about 1/4 left or 1/3 left, and the coolant temperature as well. We've got our tire pressure. We're gonna get this checked when we do the oil change as well. So we'll go 400 in the front on both sides and 500 in the rear to compensate for the extra weight. Which is great, because to have the tire pressure monitoring sensors right in your truck when you're driving is you can know what you're doing and how the tires are doing as well. Okay, engine hours, idle and drive. Interesting to look at a truck from engine hours rather than kilometers, but that's pretty cool. So you can see it's at 1,200 hours at idle. Coolant, trans. Well, so that's a really good one that you can just keep up when you're driving. And then you also can see your turbo, how much boost it's putting out. Your exhaust brake, how hard it's working. Your battery level it's at. Fuel filter. It says to change my fuel filter here pretty soon. I'm at 36%. Fuel filters are really important when it comes to these trucks. Oil life, 62%. So I actually have to get an oil change because of the warranty needs to be done every 6 months. Other than that, I would definitely not change this oil. It's got lots of life. It's been 5,000 kilometers. So with the diesels, I like to go 10,000 kilometers before an oil change. And then back to oil temperature. Okay, so another nice thing is the interior is super roomy, super comfy. You've got room for 3 in the back. That back seat's folded up. Lots of storage space back there where we keep stuff. You've got really nice leather interior. Show you. Leather interior with a seat right here, so this folds up and is a seat. Tons of room in the cab. It's just, if you want the most comfortable trip, this is definitely the rig for it. It's so comfy and so spacious. Just great. To say, while driving this truck, it is probably one of the most pleasurable experiences I've had for carrying a camper. The truck has tons of power. This is the Cummins 3500. engine, so lots of power. It's so smooth, it turns well, it tracks well, compared to the older third gen that we have, but which we addressed that system to, you know, update the steering so that it's more modern. But you can tell that this is a 2018, it's a newer truck, and they've got stuff dialed in. It's longer, so it's an 8-foot box. It's a longer truck in and of itself. The cab is much more spacious than in the third gen, and you just have a little bit more modern functions and features in this truck than the other one. But you know, they're both great trucks, two in each and of themselves. This one has the emissions control, which will be something that will have to get addressed and removed as time goes on, but for now it's still working extremely well, but generally don't want to do that until it becomes an issue, and then we'll get rid of it. So as compared to the third gen, it has a bit more, it's a bit more pep in the bigger engine, I would say. Not that the other one struggles, it just, I guess you can feel the age of that one. So this one, it's just really comfortable to drive around in. And the other one as well, like we've taken that other truck down into the States on freeways, and it's just, it's a blast. I've taken that one actually all the way to Nevada, and you can, like, you feel like you can drive forever in these big trucks. So that's what, you know, if somebody was to ask me, well, why does the Tacoma still have the other camper on it? It was really not a long distance driver. It didn't feel like that. It just felt a little bit, not shaky, but just, it just wasn't suited for long highway drives. It's a comfortable truck. It's great for, you know, for going camping and whipping out a tent and getting into like some great forestry roads. But for highway cruising and going on for like tours of, you know, all of the national parks in the US, or going to Banff or going to Jasper or cruising around BC, this truck definitely, like, I would travel all over the US in this truck. I would go from coast to coast, go to, you know, Florida to California to Arizona. You know, I'd go see all of the national parks in the summertime, drive through California in the middle, go to, you know, all of those parks in there. It just, like, it's so comfortable to drive, and, you know, that's one of the things that just makes going on a road trip so much easier, is when it's enjoyable and easy to do, and you feel less road fatigue. Because, I mean, if anyone's ever driven a long road before, you spent 12 hours in a vehicle. Like, you might not be driving for 12 hours because you stopped, you went to the bathroom, you did this and that. You're still 12 hours and you're driving. You actually want it to be as comfortable as possible, because you don't want to feel tired. You don't want to dread going back out on the road. Like, that's why we prefer these trucks without the integrated console where it goes through. Like, we prefer the flip-up seat in the middle, so that Stella could actually sit beside us and feel close to us, because that long of a time, they start to feel stressed, right? Like, I know you're stopping, you're going to the bathroom, you're having breaks, but the animals feel stressed if they're in the back. So we don't want to feel stressed. We don't want to feel like the truck gets shaken around by semis on the freeway. Like, it's a solid truck, it's a solid drive, and it is probably one of the nicest rides I've been in. And I definitely think you should check it out.